Hey scholars, it's Miss Goslin. I'm going to go backwards a little bit, and for some of you who are just now getting your packets or just now getting online, I wanted to help you out with assignments 1 and 2. The rest of us have been working on assignment 3 this week, so assignments 3 and 4 are going to be due this week. So for those of you who are catching up, I'm going to record 2 videos, one on assignment 1 and then one on assignment 2, and you can find that on the YouTube page, and I'll also put the link on Dojo. All right, so again, when we need to get to the 3rd grade PBL, project-based learning, you're going to come to this website, springisd.org/page with a capital P/6383. And again, if you put a star here, that means that you bookmark it. And so anytime you go to your bookmarks, it'll be right there. So as you can see, mine is right here on my browser bar. So I just click on it and it'll take me there. So a couple of things. As you can see right here, it has the PBL on this side. So you would click on that, and we'll click on that in a minute. Right here has our deadlines, and our deadlines have changed just a little bit. This week, assignments 3 and 4 are due, and then next week, the letter to the newspaper editor and your research project checklist and reading log are due on the 30th. So we're going to focus on this first video on the research plan itself, and I'm going to share mine with you so you have an example of what it looks like. On this side is where you can log into your portal, okay? Your username is your last initial and your first initial, both capitalized, and then your student ID number. If you still don't have your student ID number or you don't know it, please have your parents send me a message through Dojo or a text message, and I'll provide them with that. Everybody's password is the same, and I'll also give that to you too. Okay, so you can sign in here, and this is really where you need to go to get to Schoology. Okay, Schoology is only for submitting your assignments or for joining me, Miss Smith, and Miss Hollins for conferences twice a day. We have a conference at 9 a.m. and then we have one at 1 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Fridays are our days to grade your assignments that you've turned in and have some professional development time. So teachers still got to take classes too. All right, so that's the PBL page itself. And again, we're going to focus on research, the research plan, which is assignment number 1. So I'm going to click on the PBL right here. For those of you who have the paper copy, it's the same thing. Those of you who are using the computer, it's the same thing. Okay, so you're just going to click on it and it'll open up, and this is a PDF file. Okay, now it'll say open with. If you have a Google computer or Chrome like I do, you can open it in Google Docs. But what I did is I'm just going to download it to my computer by clicking this download button. Okay, so when I click download, it'll open up down here. Okay, and I can make it bigger or smaller depending on what I need. Okay, remember these symbols mean it needs to be read to you or with you, or you can read it on your own. Okay, if you are on grade level in your reading, you can read it on your own. And then this check mark is assignments. This is where you'll see assignments are due, and this is Major, so he's anxious to say hello. All right, so our focus is pages 3 through 15. The other things in the PBL are some practice that you can do independently, but our main focus is pages 3 through 15, and actually 2 through 15. 2 is your reading log, where you're going to record your answers, record your reading for that day, and your reading log is due on the 30th with your research checklist. So just making sure you're reading for 30 minutes a day. You can read any book that you want to, just write down the day, the book that you read, the name of the author, and then how long you spent reading, okay? And make sure you put your name on there as well. All right, so that's page 2. Page 3 is some sight words, so you definitely can practice those. And there's some other activities that you can do with those sight words on page 17. But the bulk of our project is pages 3 through 15. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, so dear third graders, welcome to project-based learning at home. We hope you have fun learning with your family over the next 3 weeks. You get to take a lead. So this means that you are responsible for your learning here. It's all on you. And your teachers and your parents are here to support you. This project, which is our first of 3, is about an event or person from history. And we want you to write about it so others can see something like this might affect them. Okay? So we have some driving questions, and then we have the 3 parts of our project. So let's jump to that. Part 1 is to design a research plan. Part 2 is to create an informational poster. And then part 3 is to write a persuasive paper. Remember, when we talk about author's purpose, persuasion is to convince somebody to do something. Okay, so you're going to write a letter, and we're going to have a lesson on that later this week. This is the rubric that your teachers will use to grade you on. Initiating progress means that you've identified your research and you had adult help. Approaching expectation means that you followed your plan with adult help. Meeting expectation means that you developed and followed a research plan with adult help. And then exceeding expectation basically means that you did it all on your own. Okay, so it has English language arts components and social studies components because we're talking about something in the past or something in the community. Okay, all right, so let's get to it. The first thing is ignite. This is basically going to get your brain moving, and you can do this with your parents or on your own. Examine this picture, ask some questions about it, and then read this passage, From Wood to Stone. The passage is talking about how in the past, people used wood to make houses and buildings, but in the present, we have lots of other things like steel and concrete. We're still using wood and mud or to make bricks, but we also have these other things. So that's how building material has changed throughout time. So the assignment for your research plan says to think about how a part of a city or town has changed. Now, what we decided as teachers is to give you some creativity and some creative license with this, because you guys are in the 3rd grade, you don't know a lot about the history of your community. You would have to rely a lot on your parents and the internet. Some of you may not have access to the internet. So what we said is that something that is important to you that has changed from the past to now, whether it's you move from one school to another, you move from one town to another, those things that are relatable to you. And that's the important part. Okay. So to help you with this plan, you have page 7 in your packet. Okay. This is the example side, obviously. So this will be the side that like I do. And then this is the side that you do. Okay. The first thing we need to do is set a purpose for the project. Okay. So what is the reason you're making your informational poster? Okay. You have to know what your topic is first in order to set a purpose. Okay. Here it's an informational poster. So we're either going to tell, we're going to explain, we're going to describe, or we're going to identify. Okay. Then you're going to tell what people are going to learn by reading your poster. Focus on the key information here. Important facts. And then your research goals. What information will you research to support your topic? Is it going to be when a building was made, when it wasn't used anymore, when a hurricane happened, the first hurricane, when the last hurricane happened, things like that. And then it's also a good idea to include pictures. Okay, so that's the research plan. That's assignment number 1. So let's take a look at my example. Okay. I'm going to bring up my example for you. Sorry, give me a second. All right, so this is my example of my research plan. I have the paper packet. So I wrote mine out and then I took a picture using Genius Scan. Genius Scan is an app your parents can find in the Android Play Store, Google Play Store, or the Apple Store. And it basically takes a picture of the document and you can save it and email it to me. And then or you can upload it to Schoology yourself, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. So here's mine. So set a purpose. The purpose of my informational poster is to describe the Twin Towers before and after 9/11 attacks. So I was an adult during this time, obviously, in September 2001. And so I'm able to remember what it was like before the 9/11 attacks and after the 9/11 attacks. Okay. My poster will describe the Twin Towers, so how they look. Remember, when we talk about description, we're using those five senses: sight, touch, taste, hear, smell. Okay. We're going to discuss how they fell and what is there now. So, what's in their place. Okay. And then my research goals, what am I going to research? I will do research to find facts about the Twin Towers before 9/11 attack, details about the 9/11 attack and present day, and an image of the towers before and after. So I can use this plan to look on the internet for information. And I used a website called history.com to help with my plan. Okay. And you can see that in the video for assignment number 3. Okay. So that is my research plan, which is assignment number 1. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put this into Schoology. So I'm going to go back to Schoology. And I've logged in as a student to use as an example. Okay. So when you log into Schoology, and let's go back to courses, you're going to be here at ES, which stands for elementary school, major at home learning. Okay. Grade 3. If you don't see grade 3, then you're probably in the wrong place. So you're going to click on that course because that's the course we're working in. And it'll take you to the course page. Now, just a couple of things while we are here. Remember that we meet on Schoology in the conference room at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Monday through Thursday. And you can access the conference right here on the left-hand side. So you see the Empowered Learning at Home logo. If you scroll down here, you'll see under materials, you'll see conferences. If you click on conferences, you'll be taken to the conference page and you'll see a list of conferences, either for that day or for the week. For us, for general education, you would click on 3rd grade Gen Ed AM support or PM support, 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Okay. They aren't started yet because it's for tomorrow. So if you feel like joining us tomorrow to get some help with assignment number 3, and 4, because we're going to talk about assignment 4 tomorrow, then feel free to come and join us at 9 o'clock. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the main page so I can show you where to submit your assignment. Now there's 2 ways to do it, but the easiest way is right over here. It's a calendar, and the calendar tells you what's coming up. Pretty simple, huh? Pretty cool, right? So you would click on the assignment that's due, and the assignment that was there isn't there anymore. So we're going to click here at the grade 3 submission folder, and you're going to click the folder again. And you'll see the assignments are in order. So the first one is research plan, then the informative text questions, informational poster plan, and so on. So these are the 4 that need to be done by the end of this week if you're just getting started. So I'm going to click on the research plan because that's the assignment that I want to submit. Then you'll see over here, it says submit assignment, and it's going to open up a box. Now, if you've taken a picture like I did of mine, you're going to click File under Upload. So Upload is the first one. So you click File, and then you'll look for whatever file you're going to upload. Me, it would be Research Plan. And then it would upload it. If you want to type in your research plan, you would click on the tab that says Create, and then you would just type it in. Okay, so you would type in the answers to those 3 questions, and then you would click submit, and your assignment will be sent to be graded. Pretty simple. Okay, so that's the first assignment for research plan. Stay tuned for the next video, and I will show you how to do assignment number 2. Thanks for watching.